Hi everyone. I'm Akanksha Kamath, Senior Fashion Features Editor for Vogue India, and welcome to the Vogue India and Natural Diamond Council's Diamond Festival. Today's session is an exciting and very personal one. Ask any jewelry designer or collector where their jewelry journey started, and it will naturally lead you to their mother's jewelry box. Daughters often dip into their mother's wardrobes for saris, diamonds, heirlooms, items that offer a personal connect. You embody a bit of your relationship with your mother when you emulate her style while still making it your own. And so today, we have a stylish mother daughter duo to talk to us about sharing diamonds and a what's yours is mine policy when it comes to their closets. Kalyani Saha Chawla is an entrepreneur and founder of Raison Luxury Silverware. She is also the former VP of Marketing and Communication for Dior India. Her daughter, who is joining us from London today, is a fine arts student who, much like her mother, loves and knows her fashion. Hi, ladies, let's get started. Hi, Kalyani. Hi, Tahira. How are you?
Hi,
Hello,
Akanksha.
all good, thank you. How are you?
Well, you're in London as well.
I am, well, I'm in the countryside at the moment, but yeah.
Oh, beautiful. And Kalyani, you're joining us from Calcutta in India.
Yes, I've just arrived in Calcutta, my hometown. So really good to be here. And I'm actually it's really fortunate that I'm actually speaking to you and doing this uh, in Calcutta because I think there's so much if anything to talk about jewelry and my first piece of jewelry, for example, since we talk about it today, it was everything I have almost is given to me by my grandmother or my
Oh,
parents.
wow.
Yeah. So here I am in Cal. Yeah.
How would you, Kalyani, how would you describe your jewelry style? Because if you have received so many, beautiful pieces from your grandmother, how do you sort of mix it with your style?
Well, my grandmother actually taught me everything. I don't really know jewelry, so that is not possibly the most accurate thing for me to say. I love beautiful things. And my grandmother, my dadi, she was this great fashionista. So I kind of learned a lot from her. She loved jewelry. Her name was Reba Rani Saha. She took her middle name Rani really, really seriously. So she had this amazing style and she wore jewelry every day. So, her whole persona was just so beautiful and aesthetically put together. So she had this neat bun and she had these jeweled pins, actual jewels, very old vintage. So jeweled pins in her hair. She wore her solitaires well, all the time, but she loved changing her jewelry every day. So I had this job of taking out her jewelry box, which was in this secret drawer in her cupboard, like nobody knew about
Love
it.
that.
Everybody knew where it was. It was right at the bottom of this cupboard of hers. And this is old, old cupboards, wooden cupboards, with all these secret drawers of hers. It was like she was like that. She think nobody knows but you. And I said, Takuma, Takuma, everybody knows about that drawer. But yeah, so it was my duty almost every other day, especially on Sundays. She would have this occasion to take out the secret drawer and saying, okay, what should I wear? And she used to be stunningly dressed, even sitting at home. And we had visitors all the time. So she wore her beautiful saris. She only wore saris. And she would match, her uh, sari with whatever jewelry, and I was supposed to pick it out for her. So yeah, it was like a ritual. So it was fun.
Yeah, she sounds incredibly stylish, and I love this about that era of style where they would dress up at home. Like you would see them looking their best at home versus us, where currently we've been living in like pajamas and t-shirts and like
Oh,
no
never.
waistlines. Yeah. So can you talk me or show me some of those pieces that you have? I think you have some of them today. If you could just Literally show and
You know,
tell.
since I'm traveling, this is a piece of jewelry I wear all the time. I took it off actually so that I could show it to you. This is a little butterfly. I don't know whether you can see it. It's in gold
Yeah, yeah.
and it's got diamonds on it. So I wear this all the time. This was given to me by my grandmother when I turned 16, I think. Yeah. So she used to give me these little pieces of jewelry. I'm not a I love jewelry, but I like to also take out things that I've been given, like pieces like this, which I can wear every day. So I like to wear these little things which mean a lot. So this is something I wear all the time. Reminds me of my grandmother, and I worn it for years. Tahira wore it for a few years. I remember she used to love this when she was a little kid because of the butterfly, I think. And
Yeah.
but yeah, so this is something. It's a fun little thing.
Tyra, your mom mentioned that you've worn it as well. I'd love to know how you wore it. How did you style it?
I think it was one of the first necklaces I ever wore. So it was just like a daily, like I wouldn't take it off. I'd take very good care of it, like showered, maybe take it off because I was like, really scared. But obviously it's real, so I didn't have to. But it was like one of like my favorite things because I never had anything very valuable before. And my mum finally trusted me to wear this like amazing necklace. So I was like, oh my God, I love this. So yeah, it honestly went with everything, like jeans. Like, I mean, I would never take it off really until I was asked to by my mum. So yeah, she stole it back.
Yeah, and it's actually really relevant even today. I mean, with the whole Y2K dressing trend that's back, everyone's wearing butterflies and, that kind of thing. It seems so relevant even today, even
Yeah.
though it was so long ago. What is your policy when it comes to sharing items in your closet? Because I find that this is one of those very difficult things that can result in lots of fights and a lot of crying.
Yeah, I think the policies differ a bit. I think mum has her own policies and I have my own policies. Luckily, I've got the code to her locker, so sometimes.
Love that. Just get in there whenever you want.
Yeah, there's this
What
one
do you
ring.
take from your mom?
Sorry, there's this one ring that I really like of hers. It's like a really simple, like diamond, like heart ring, and I always like ask, but it's a little bit loose on my finger, so I don't like wear it out that much. But I always ask her, and she's like,
It's so fun to see. I actually have that ring. It's one of my favorites. So I
yeah,
bought
it's
it in Paris. It's a heart-shaped ring. You can see it. And it's got diamonds all over. It's by Riposte. Riposte.
Gaia Repossi, yes,
Yeah. So
beautiful.
it's a Riposte ring. And it's
Mm.
really delicate. I absolutely love it. And I know Tahira loves it. And, it's like a little, it's a it's a little, you can just see the heart. But it's really subtle, and it's a very typical Riposte ring. So I bought it in Paris some years ago, and yeah, it's got diamonds on both sides. It's rose gold, but it's got these teeny diamonds on all sides. It's really subtle and nice, and it's. I love this brand. I love Riposte. I love what she does, Daya.
Yeah, she does her diamonds very, very minimal, I
Very
think it's
minimal, and that's kind of my style as well. I think now because I'm not OTT. I'm OTT with everything else, but with my jewelry. So I just realized when you're styling, you know, I yeah, I am OTT, I guess, in every way possible. So you can't also have big jewelry pieces. I mean, that's on me. I mean, it looks great. I mean, on somebody else maybe. So I like to keep the jewelry a little minimal. Like small stones. Like I'm wearing little, my solitaires. So it's something like also what I would wear every day otherwise as well. So like this ring, I wear it when I'm traveling. I think just adds a little. It's almost, I think sometimes you have to also with anything, you have to know what you're wearing. I learned this when I was at Dior, and Victor Castellan, who was the
The jewelry.
creative director for Dior Jewellery, and I'm such a fan of what she does. She showed me this ring once. So behind the ring were these two perfect diamonds, behind the ring. You don't even see it. And I'm like, why would you do that? She think it took me 2 years to get this diamond. You think it's all about you knowing what you're wearing. It's not about telling other people or showing things. It's about you. That's for me. That's luxury, and it's one of the biggest lessons I think I learned. And you need to know. Like when you're wearing a brand, I don't need to tell you what brand I'm wearing right now, but I know what I'm wearing and feeling good about it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so I like the subtleness of that philosophy kind of suits me, and it resonates with me. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tahira, you mentioned a piece from your mom's wardrobe that you would love, from her jewelry wardrobe, that you would love to borrow. But is there something that you wouldn't? Like, is there something where your style doesn't quite meet?
I actually don't think there is. She has a lot of Indian jewelry as well, and obviously I don't wear much of that unless I'm going for a wedding or something like a big occasion. And usually it's my mom styling me, so I don't know. I love wearing like a nice pair of earrings or like a nice necklace. But as mom said, like I think I've inherited like the simplicity of jewelry from her. But nothing, too extra or like, I mean, maybe one day, maybe my style will change completely, but I can't say that I don't like anything from my mum's jewelry collection as of now.
I think she's also has very, less is more kind of philosophy when it comes to jewelry, for sure.
Yeah, like even from what you're wearing, Tyra, I can tell that it's like something that you would leave on daily, It's like simple hoops and a little necklace. And I'm sure like you can even like, go to sleep in it, wake up in it, shower in it,
It's an everyday thing. Actually, funny story. My friend gave me this for my birthday like a couple of years ago, and I was in London last week, and this woman came up to me and she was like, "Oh, where's your necklace from?" And I was like, "Oh, it's this like Indian brand. I got it as a present." And she was like, "I made that." And I was like, "Oh my god, really? You're Tara?" Like, it's like, "Yeah, I made that. I knew I made that. Like, it's my." It's like it's amazing. What a like.
Who was it? I'm very curious now. Which Indian designer?
Tara, she's a jeweler in Bombay, I think. And she made this and she recognized
cool.
it.
Yeah.
And she got a really nice birthday present on her 21st, which unfortunately, because she's traveling, she's not wearing.
I did, yeah. It's like
from you, from your mom?
From my mom, yeah. Mom and dad got me a Hanuts dagger. It was like rubies and diamonds. The most beautiful, like got compliments on it like daily. It was insane.
That's like one of those cult pieces.
Yes.
What do you look for, Kalyani, in pieces that you want to pass down as an heirloom from your own jewelry wardrobe? Is there something that has a very strong personal connect for you that you got and you want to pass down to Tahira?
So some of the first pieces of jewelry that I bought for actually for Tahira, because whatever I had till then, till she was born, I think was all given to me by my grandmother, my parents. So it's not like I had too much. I mean, I wasn't a jewelry buyer as such, So I'm going to show you two things that I got her, and then I realized, of course, that any piece of jewelry you buy, when you have a daughter and you say, "Oh, but it's for my daughter," it's the biggest excuse, which of course everything is going to be hers.
That's true.
I have is hers. So it just became this whole thing. So I bought these pair of, I'm going to show you, this really diamond, and this is a little blue sapphire in the middle. Again, butterfly. So you can see there's some butterfly connection somewhere. But this I got for Tahira when she was 1 year old. Now, who? That's like, if that's not an excuse, I don't know what it is. Oh, these are really pretty. I'm going to buy. Who's Tahira's first birthday? Rubbish. But anyway, Tahira, I mean, it was that the thought was there, So,
Yeah.
so these And then when she was about, I think, on her fifth birthday, because you see all these landmark birthdays in my head, but anyway, it's quite sweet. But this this little, I don't know whether you can see it again.
Is it a
It's a little clip-on with a diamond on it. It's from Cartier, so you can actually wear it here. You can,
oh,
I'm wearing
lovely.
it, but you can kind of wear it here as well, like this, if you can see it. It's really tiny,
Yeah.
but it's a Cartier, yeah, Trinity. Actually, it's a Trinity earring with a diamond on it. So yeah, so these are,
That's
of course,
lovely.
I think every time I buy something, I also, especially now, I know Tyra stays a little bit, and I have to think of that because it's all going to go to her. So I try and pick up these sort of pieces, whether it's a Repossi ring or these Cartier earrings you bought for a long time ago. But these are also things that, I hate the fact that we buy things, especially jewelry, and it just lies in the locker. What's the point? If you
Oh, yeah.
buy jewelry, you have to wear it on a regular basis. So when you travel, when you go out, or, and not, I mean, at least for me, and not look like like where you going, like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I like to have these little pieces which have there's always a story to tell with me, and which is going to go a long way. And Tara would like to wear it because she will never wear something which is, a heavy pair of earrings. Or of course she will, when the occasion demands it. But these are things I think which are forever for me, and hopefully, Tyra, you agree. Yeah.
100%, yeah.
Tahira, like your mom mentioned, her icon as the jewelry creative director at Dior. Who are some of the jewelry icons that you look up to, women who mix their jewelry well, etc.?
In terms of jewelry brands, I think, as I mentioned before, Repossi is a really cool brand. Again, quite minimalistic, fine, natural diamonds, and I think it's like just quite simplistic. Also, I found this brand this summer. Actually, it's a Turkish brand called Be Goddess, and their jewelry is amazing, like mainly just diamonds, tiny diamonds. It's like really like love. It's like really sparkly, and it's just like really nice, really small diamonds. But like obviously, I can't afford to buy that. But I've seen it from a distance, and it looks beautiful. And then Hanut Singh, of course, I think his jewelry is so cool. My dagger, and then there's so many cool celebrities that I've seen wear his jewelry. Rihanna has been wearing some of his cool necklaces as well. So I think these three are like definitely my top three in terms of jewelry. But of course, there's so many different jewelry brands that like mom has shown me over the years. But yeah, I would say these are my top three.
Yeah, I mean, she has an incredible eye. And I'm sure, like, whenever she is buying a piece, I'm sure she takes your opinion as well.
Yeah, sometimes.
Kalyani, how do you go about collecting your jewelry pieces? When did you start? I know that the greatest excuse is that it's going to be for Tahira, but when did your love for jewelry really start?
My love for jewelry actually, I mean, I think my earliest memories of jewelry was, as I said, my with my grandmother, and because she loved jewelry. I used to go with her jewelry shopping in Calcutta. So there are these, old jewelers, and the jewelers are like family members. You just go, and then, my grandmother was there. The owners would come out, and it just became a whole. It turned into 2-3 hours of just chatting. But of course, I also learned how they should just tell to my grandmother. And very subtly with the tea would come these, diamonds or whatever. It was a lot of fun, and I was all wide-eyed like you're in a candy store seeing all this jewelry around. So this was, I mean, not that often, obviously, but she used to always take me with her. And during a lot of those, when I was older, she used to say, okay, do you like this? And I used to say, Takuma's got it. Takuma, that's really pretty. And she said, do you like it? And then I remember this one pair of earring, with these, again, rubies, with these beautiful baguette diamonds around it. It was so pretty. And I said, I really like that. You should get that for yourself. So she bought it. And then when we went home, she's saying, okay, this is yours. And I'm like, what? And, I was in my early 20s and I was like, no, 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 no. I should think, I said, what am I going to do with it? I don't even wear jewelry. You think you need to start wearing jewelry then. So, yeah, so it was, and with us Bengalis, I think this is an Indian culture as well, that you need to wear as you grow older at a certain age. I think a lot of families, like I grew up even with my great grandmother was alive and she's 99 when she passed away, but I was again in my early 20s. And she used to always say, why don't you have earrings on? Why don't you have any bangles on? And I'm like, you know, no, I don't, whatever. So it was,
Yeah.
I think in our family, everyone wore a lot of jewelry. So there was always, except my mother was so simple and so minimalistic she never wore anything. But my grandmother, we all lived in a joint family, my chachi, everyone wore a lot of jewelry. It was very unlike, Bengalis in general, because, Bengalis, we also, we wear a lot of gold. So, diamonds is not very, um, you know, uh, in the north, you see a lot of diamonds, but in
Yeah.
we
I think South is very gold heavy and
very gold,
Bengal.
and so it's gold and it's lovely filigree work. But my grandmother loved diamonds. I used to run around with my grandmother's secret drawer jewelry every Sunday. Every Sunday, I'd put on everything, and I would like keep trying things on. And she really had a beautiful collection. And she had very rare pieces, and she used to travel a lot. So she used to pick up, she had these, these Cartier necklaces, and she really had a beautiful collection. And of course, I didn't even know what Cartier was those days, but she educated me in a way. And she used to always tell me, think, whatever you do, spend money. If you spend X amount of money beyond a certain amount, you must invest cleverly, and don't just, think about what you're buying and invest cleverly in your jewelry. Didn't make much sense then, but yeah, I know what she meant. Things like
Yeah.
of value, of where it's coming from, and how, she used to talk about the fact that, if you buy a brand and then how, like, you have a pair of Cartier earrings or whatever it is, the value only goes up because of the brand. These same earrings,
Yeah.
which I just showed you, I mean, I bought them. I remember it wasn't, I mean, it was very expensive at that time for me, but I bought them, and I know it's gone up tenfold since then. So the value of things that also go up in terms of branding, which I understand,
Yeah.
yeah, very well.
And definitely the relevance as well, right? Like so far, everything you've showed me from your jewelry box seems to resonate so many years later as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Tahira, like your mom, like she clearly thinks about what she wants to buy, and she, I think, must be going through a lot of research and thought behind what she picks up. Do you have anything in mind that you want to buy, get your hands on for yourself or for your mom?
Yeah, actually, I have I had quite a few piercings, and I don't have earrings now. But I've always wanted like cute little like diamond hoops and like nice earrings to like go with my cartilage and like hair. I've never got around to it. One day after my paycheck, I will. But
Yeah.
I just like small, like as I've said before, like small little. I've had like a little ring that I've worn since like I was like 14 or 15 that my grandparents gave me from my dad's side, and just like small little like pieces of jewelry.
Yeah.
I just, like this evil eye, and then I got this for my birthday as well this year. So it's just like small things. Now I want to get like more into earrings because I've got like my nice necklaces and rings. But yeah, so that's what I'm hoping to buy in the
Yeah.
next few
To more
years,
daily
hopefully.
diamonds.
Exactly. Yeah. I think if the more you wear it, the more use you get out of it. I think that's an investment itself. So
Yeah. Have you seen pictures of your great grandmother, your mum's grandmom?
I have, yeah. She was beautiful, like always wearing like the most amazing like saris. Um, Mom always says that's where she's inherited her like love for fashion, and that's where she learned everything from. So, I mean, I mean, I don't remember much of her. I was very young, but I've loved her. I've learned a lot from her for sure. She seemed like an incredible woman.
Any pieces that your mum's told you about that are within the family and hold a lot of relevance and a lot of like maybe like wrapped in stories that you would really love to wear one day?
Mom had this really cool ring. I'm not really sure what the story is, but that's like one piece of jewelry I've remembered her wearing throughout my life since I was like a little kid. It's like a diamond or like like a triangle ring, and it has like a thing dangling from it. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what the story is, but that's like my fondest memory of any jewelry piece you've ever had, because that was always on your finger, and I was always like, I love it because it was like a bit playful for me at the time. But yeah, I don't really know what the story is behind. Where did you buy it? How long ago did you buy that?
Well, actually, I kind of designed it with a friend, and it is Queenie, my friend, and it's a triangular diamond. It's got diamonds around it, and it's all diamonds. And
Mm.
then made it do like a triangle, and from that was a drop, like a pear-shaped diamond, and so that's loose. So it's for the pinky ring. So when you wear it, it kind of moves. And I almost
Hmm.
my jewelry box today and I forgot. So yeah, so I think it's just whenever I wear it, people ask me like, where did you get that from?
Mhm. I
And
love.
yeah, she made it for me, and it was really really. I mean, something I wear every now and then because I work in a factory, so I can't exactly wear it every day. But yes, it's right there in front, so I wear it very very often still. But it's a very playful kind of.
Mm.
It kind of garners a lot of attention for sure. And I remember the time.
Yeah, it sounds very unique and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
quite
it
a
is.
conversation starter.
I wish it is a conversation starter, and everyone asks me all the time, "Oh my God, I love your ring!" And yes, and so many of my friends wanted to copy it, and I'm sure some of them have. I wouldn't know, but
Love that.
yeah, Tahira always loved it because I think just the playfulness of the whole, the way the
Mm.
dance kind of it, the movement. You move your hand, the diamond moves with it. It's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I think to end, I would want to ask Tahira first you to describe your mom's style in 5 words, and then we're going to do the same for you, Kalyani, and then anything else you'd like to add after that.
Okay. Elegant, sometimes spontaneous, I would say. Um, Understated, um, minimalistic, and well, chic. Yeah.
But Tahira is actually everything she just said about me. I feel that about her because she is actually one of the most
The original. Come on.
no, I think she's one of the most understated. I mean, she was a teenager till not so. I mean, till very recently, and she's always been very, very. She's very cool. I think she really is cool, and to the true sense of the word. She's not this. You know how young girls want things and they want that, and she's been so overexposed to designer things, if you know what I mean. But she's never, ever, ever, not even asked you to carry a bag. In fact, I think she's find it really embarrassing. So some sort of reverse psychology over there. So she's lived in High Street and still does, and I think I'm blessed because of that. I remember when she was very young, she used to grab things from my wardrobe and trotted around in my heels, and then she'd put things together. Like she would like take out like a boa, like an ostrich. I still remember this ostrich boa, black ostrich feather boa, and she'd like put it on, and she'd put on some shoes, and just the whole eclectic mix of things. And I'm like, wait. I take a picture. I said, that's a really cool combination. I want to wear this the next time. So she has this innate sense of style, which is very unique and which is hers. She used to hate my wardrobe, guys, by the way. Hate it till recently. And now when she borrows things from my wardrobe, I feel so good because, I mean, this is my only child and my daughter. And I keep joking with her. I said, honey, my wardrobe is your only inheritance. Okay. So you better start
Love that.
So she's super cool. She has a cool way of dressing, which is appropriate for her age. And I think that is really important. I can't understand how mothers are looking like their daughters, the daughters are looking like their mothers. This whole philosophy, I just don't get it. So I'm very thankful that Tahira is very, very simplistic in a lot of ways, but she is a very carefully put together chicness. Very, very cool. I love her style, and it's very different from me. So it's not like she's kind of imbibed my style. Not at all. It's her own, which is the main thing. I really admire.
Do you ever learn about like new jewelry brands through her?
Through Tahira, yes, because she was actually interning with this very cool fashion brand in London just now, and because of that, I got to know all the Turkish brands that she's talking about because there's so much out there, and especially because she's living in London and she has an eye, and then suddenly she showed me a picture. She said, "Mom, isn't this really cool?" And then I'm like, "Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about it, but yeah, it's really cool." So she has the exposure, and Tara is a wanderlust. She loves traveling. She's got wheels under her feet, and she likes to explore, and she finds things, not just jewelry, but everything like handicrafts and clothes. And, she's interested in creative things. And she, because of this internship she did just now, is very, very cool. And they had these beautiful, diamond jewelry. Again, very minimalistic, really cool stuff, which is what she was talking about. So yeah, I get to
Amazing.
discover brands and things that I wouldn't otherwise know of through her, for sure.
So I think it works both ways. You take inspiration from each other, and then if anybody asks you, Tahira, where you get your eye from, you can always be like, I got it from my mother.
Yeah.